All right, let's see where I left off here. I'm going to rearrange this first one. Y equals negative 55x plus 95. I just swapped um, those two, just switched them. Family B, we said the equation was y equals negative 60x plus 120. Family C, we said the equation was y equals negative 50x plus 80. And I think that I stopped the video when we were getting family D's equation. So here's your starting point right here, which is 45. We're going to have a tough time. We're going to have to plot that right there in the middle, which would be 5/10 between 4/10 and 6/10. So this goes by fives. 5, 5, 10, 15, 20. So we're going to have 20 divided by 5/10. That'll be your rate. 20 divided by 5/10 is 40. So here's your equation. Y equals negative 40x plus 45. All right, I'm going to go to the next slide and I'm going to rewrite these for you. Okay, which family lives closest to Disneyland? You're looking at the y-intercepts or the B. You want the B that is the lowest, which is family D. Which is the farthest, the biggest y-intercept, the largest y-intercept is family B. So they start at the farthest away. Which family is traveling at the fastest speed? Well, you're going to look at the m or the rate of change. And I know they're negative, but you want the highest negative. So the speedy ones are right here, family B. And then the slowest is right here. This is 40, negative 40. So that's family D. All right, to find out who is going to get there first, what you do is you have to replace y with 0 to get how long the time that it's actually going to take them to get there. So I'll do an example for family A, and then I'll pause, and then you can do the rest of them. So for family A, I'm going to put 0 in for y equals negative 55x plus 95. When we solve for x, we get how long it's going to take them. So I'm going to subtract 95 from both sides. So I have negative 95 equals negative 55x. You're going to divide by negative 55. So negative 95 divided by 55, negative 55 is about 1.72 of an hour. So I'm going to pause and I'm going to let you do that for each one of these equations. Okay, family B, if you plugged in 0 for y, you figured out 2 hours. Family C is about 1.6 hours, a little over an hour and a half. And family D is just under an hour. So who's going to get there first? Weirdly enough, the slowest family, which is family D, is going to get there first because they're under an hour. Who's going to get there last? Let me just erase all this. Family B, they live pretty far away. So they are going to get there last. It takes them 2 hours, family B. All right, going on to the next part. So the directions say for each problem, circle the representation with the greatest rate of change and put a star by the representation with the greatest y-intercept. Assume all representations have a constant rate of change. So for each one of these, you're going to need to find the rate of change and the y-intercept. We're going to go across. So 8 has 3 examples. So here is your rate of change, which is your m, and your b is your y-intercept. On the table, you're going to find the rate of change by using the wine glass formula. So I have 20 minus 8 over 5 minus 1. which is 12 over 4. So my rate of change is 3. And my y-intercept, if my rate of change is 3, you're just going to count back. So 3, you want to be where x is 0. So we're going to count backwards. 8 minus 3 is 5. So my y-intercept is 5. On the graph, here's my y-intercept, the place the line crosses the y-axis, which is 3. And my rate of change for this one, I'm going to make my little triangle up 2 over 1. So my rate of change is 2. Now let's go back and do what the directions say. We're supposed to circle the one with the greatest rate of change. Well, that's right here, 3.5. So I'm going to circle this and then put a star by the one with the greatest y-intercept, which is right here, the 5. I'm going to star that one. Number 9, my rate of change is the m. So for this first one, it's 3/2, that's 1.5. And my y-intercept, since there's no b, is 0. The middle one here, the place my graph crosses the y-axis, my y-intercept is -1. And I'm going to find my rate of change, 2 over 2, that's 1, a slope of 1. I'm going to have to use the Weinglass formula here. So I have 2.2 minus 1 over 1 minus 1. I think that's a decimal. Yeah, that's 2.2 minus 1, which gives me 1.2 over 1. So my rate of change is 1.2, and my y-intercept you can find right here in the ordered pair where the x is 0, the y is my y-intercept. So the greatest rate of change is this one, about 1.5. And the largest y-intercept oh, this one is -1. This one is +1, so this is my star. Okay, one more. Number 10, we got our graph. The graph crosses right here on the y-axis at +3, so my y-intercept is +3. I'm going to make my triangle. So I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. So my rate of change is -4. The table. Let's use Weinglass. I have -2 minus 4 over 2 minus 0. So I have -6 over 2, which is -3. So my rate of change is -3. Here's my y-intercept paired up with the x there. So my y-intercept is 4. Here's my ordered, or my two ordered pairs. We're going to use Weinglass again. So I have -5 minus 3 over 2 minus 0. So I have -8 over 2, which is a rate of change of -4. Okay, so we want to put a circle around the one with the greatest rate of change. And by greatest, I mean more negative. That means the line will be steeper. I know that it's hard with negative. So this is your greatest rate of change with a -4 here. And then the biggest y-intercept, this one is 4. So this is the largest one to star. All right, that's it. Thanks.